Hey everybody, Steve here again. So now that I got the screens set up in the press, I've got them loaded up with ink. I got my squeegees in place. I'm going to show you how to actually print on the shirt. So we just have black t-shirts we're printing on today. Oh, before we do that, the spray adhesive on the platen. This is called Fast Tack 384, what I use. There's probably other brands out there, but that's one I've always used, and it works, so I keep using it. I open up the shirt at the bottom of the shirt, shirt's upside down, and I make sure I have the front of the shirt because I want the logo to be on the front. So, a t-shirt has a tag in the back of the neck, right? So make sure that's in the back so I don't print on the wrong side of the shirt. And then I line up the neck hole right here. See the tag? So I line the neck hole up so it's centered on the platen. And then I slide the shirt up so the edge of the seam around the neck is right on the edge of the platen. And then I feel where the seams are, where the sleeves meet the shoulder, or the body of the shirt meets the shoulder. There's a seam there. So I'm feeling on each edge, make sure it's the same on both sides as it wraps around the corner there. And it is. And I check where the armpit seam is. There's usually a seam up the side of the shirt that hits right underneath the armpit. I feel that, make sure that's equal on both sides and wrap around the same on both sides. And then I look at the weave in the shirt itself. If you look real close, there's a fuzzy. If you look real close on these shirts, there's a weave pattern, very, very tiny, very tight weave. I want to make sure that's all going parallel and straight with the board. Some shirts, there's actually a little fold line right up the middle. In manufacturing, they create a fold line in the middle of the shirt, and that helps to align the shirt on the platen so I know it's equal left to right and it's straight. So I don't want the shirt to go, off one way or the other towards the bottom or not. So I make sure everything's straight on the shirt itself, and I already lined up the screens to the platen, so I know if the shirt's straight, the screens are straight on the platen. So every time I bring the screen down, it's going to hit the exact same spot, and I'll have a nice consistent print. This particular job is 3 colors of ink. So this first color probably looks white on screen, but actually it's light gray. It usually takes two passes with the squeegee. It pushes ink through the screen, and then you have an image on the shirt. And let me move this just a little bit. Adjust this down just a little bit. There we go. I can see a little better. Okay, so that's first color. Now I have this artwork set up so the colors don't overlap. They're just but tied up against each other, the colors, okay? So I got a light gray, a dark gray, and a red. None of the colors overlap. If they overlapped, I would have to spot dry them in between presses because the ink would mix on the shirt and you'd have it all blurry lines and everything. So I have my artwork set up so that the colors just barely touch each other. There's actually a little bit of a space there. So that way I don't have to spot dry in between each color pass. So this is dark gray. 2 passes is usually enough. Then I checked and make sure the ink came through everywhere I wanted it to, which it did. And then the third color is red. And again, 2 passes is usually enough. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure down. There's different hardnesses of squeegees that you can get. Some are soft, some are hard. I just bought these from a used or an existing screen print shop, so they've always worked. So I've never had to order new ones. So usually 2 passes is enough. If I do 3 passes or even 4 passes, what happens is the ink starts to squeeze out underneath the image and onto the shirt, and you start losing the sharp edge. So minimum amount of passes as you can to get the image to pass through the screen. You do too many passes or push too hard, or if you pull and then push the squeegee the opposite direction, it messes up your registration. So I usually try to squeegee it twice. It's usually enough. If it needs another pass, like if I see something, piece that missed or whatever, then I could come back and actually hit it again, one more if I needed to, because the way this system is, there's a little pin and it drops that screen right into the same spot every time. And everything's tightened down, so I can hit the same exact spot every time. So there's 3 colors printed on the shirt. The ink is still wet. I can't touch that. And when I take the shirt off the platen, I have to make sure that the shirt doesn't flip over on itself and transfer ink somewhere else onto the shirt. So the way to do that is the shirt's pretty stretchy. So I have to peel it up gently, a little bit at a time, until I get to where it releases from the adhesive. And then I'm pulling straight back till the bottom of the shirt releases off of the platen, and I'm keeping the shirt as flat as possible. And then I fold the sleeves in under, and I put it on the dryer. There's a little conveyor belt dryer there. I'll show you how that works too. Thanks for watching.